Today is Thursday, September 10th, 2015. The House and the Senate only have until September 30th to pass a budget resolution, at least for 1 month or so. Normally they pass a budget resolution for a year. A lot of things are going on right now that what looks like could be another shutdown are starting to increase as we go along in time. Why am I saying that? Well, number one, they only have so many working days left. Number two, you have 2 Jewish holidays coming up in that time frame. Number three, the Pope is going to be in town. He's going to speak to a joint session of Congress, and we have an export-import bank deal that needs to be taken care of. We have the Iran deal, which needs to be taken care of, and we have supposedly at least 30 Congress people in the House of Representatives who will not vote for any type of budget, whether it's a 1-year budget, 2-year budget, or just a 30-day, what they call continuing resolution. They will not vote for that budget if there is any money in there earmarked for Planned Parenthood. This is where they're going to make their stand now. So when all of this stuff started 2 or 3 months ago in reference to Planned Parenthood, when those videos came out, remember, shutting the government down was not on the Republican agenda, so to speak. Mitch McConnell and John Boehner said, we're not shutting the government down. We're going to have a budget. We're going to be the big boys. Then this thing came up, and suddenly the far-right members of the House of Representatives who don't like Boehner anyway have found the, not excuse, but the reason to have another shutdown is that we will not let any money for Planned Parenthood go through. Now remember, about a week or so ago, Mitch McConnell basically says we don't have the votes for it. But in the House, it's a little bit different. See, because the way Boehner works in the House is that if he's going to get something passed, he has to get it passed with all Republican votes. He doesn't want any Democratic votes. And if he has these 30 House members who will not vote for even a 30-day continuing resolution, then he can't pass a bill. So things don't look good for John Boehner right now. Now, this has been brought up, a month ago, all this other stuff. Summer's over. We're here now. 20 days left. That's not even working days. You got to take at least 4 or 6 working days weekends out of this. You got to take a day out for the Pope. You got one Jewish holiday. I'm sorry, I think I said 2 before. So a lot is going to go on this month. The Export-Import Bank, the Iran deal. There's hearings on Planned Parenthood going on right now. Benghazi is rearing its ugly head all over again. Hillary's emails, all this peripheral stuff so that our sisters and brothers on the Republican side can find a way to shut down the government. Now, when they shut it down 2 years ago, Boehner was the one. I do believe he got Democratic votes to bring it back and pass it. But that was after, 19 days? Something like that. I don't know how much it was. And, the people who work for the government, they want to work. They don't want to sit at home all day and do nothing when they could be working. They want to work. This is a contrived outrage by the Republicans. And they think that they will win it this time, as opposed to the last time when they didn't win it. I don't see the scenario changing. I do not see Obama and the Democrats changing in any way, shape, or form. Now, remember one other thing. If Boehner needs Democratic help to pass the continuing resolution or budget, they might want some stuff in return. Yes, you will fund Planned Parenthood. See how that works? So today's Thursday, so just on Tuesday, one article, another article, yesterday 2 or 3 articles, they interviewed people, they're saying, 50%, another one said 60%, another one said 70% chance. Even MSNBC was interviewing the congressman, I believe from North Carolina, I can't remember his name, I think it starts with an M, who is the guy that wants to replace Boehner as Speaker of the House. And what it was, I don't even need to listen to that stuff, but they had him on, and I'm just going, it must be pretty serious if MSNBC is actually thinking that this could happen. So behind the scenes, a lot of things are going on. The continuing resolution, which would just be a 1 month type of thing, because they can't pass anything else. But then remember, Obama wants to get rid of the sequester. He wants to get rid of that. He wants, and of course the Republicans want more money for the military. They want more money for the military. Remember how the sequester was, if you're going to cut money, if you're going to raise money for the military, then you had to raise money for all the other agencies. Aha! So, if the Republicans want to get that money for the military, then they're going to need to provide more money for all of the other government agencies that really need the money. Library of Congress, as an example, for one. Securities and Exchange Commission, Department of Labor, for another. So those are just some of the many, many agencies that they have been doing without for a long time. So, and of course, the Republicans, they couldn't give a shit about that. Of course not. They just want to shut down the government, to put Obama in his place, and to somehow also defund not only Planned Parenthood, but Obamacare. So today's 20 days, the talk's going to increase every day about the possibility of the shutdown. Don't know how many serious players. And the other aspect of this, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Marco Rubio, and maybe that's Lindsey Graham, they're going to make us think about it too, maybe for Planned Parenthood or for something else, because they're running for president. And this is where they're going to get the traction. Now, when they had the people on the mall yesterday for the Iran thing, they had Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. Now, I think Billy said that there were thousands of people. My understanding was there were only a couple hundred people. I saw some of the back shots of it. There weren't a whole heck of a lot of people. So the point is that it's a very, very small minority that are really backing these guys on all this. And but it's vocal enough. And Trump, not as much Trump, but Cruz needs them to be in his corner. He has to get traction this month or he's gone. Probably the same for Rand Paul. Marco Rubio, he may be able to hold out a little bit longer, depending upon Trump. But the point is, they're going to be screaming and yelling and bitching and moaning all over the place until something happens to their liking. And nothing, it does not appear as if anything will work out well for the Republicans this month. And this is the month where I predict that Trump will have peaked, because everything this month will not be about Trump. It will be what's going on in D.C.